Hey folks, welcome back in. Today we're going to unbox Wondrous Creatures and the various expansions. I bought all of this aftermarket. In fact, a lot of this I got on sale. The little extra components and stuff I got on Amazon with the upgraded components. But we'll look at all that in just a minute. I have also, even before it arrived, I decided to go ahead and put together a insert. And here it is. So I have not even, even before it arrived, even as I waited for it to arrive on Game Nerds, I went ahead and set this up. So I am all good to go there. And what we're going to do is we're going to unbox these various versions of the game, and we'll start putting them out here. We have the Gargantuan beasts, the crew set, and those are the two expansions I got from Game Nerds along with the base game. And this upgraded components I probably overpaid a little bit for, but that was on Amazon, and I just wanted to have them. So today the main attraction is Wondrous Creatures. This is it's one of those games. It looks sort of cozy. Looks like something my wife might really enjoy. So we're going to take a look at it today. All right, I've de-plasticed everything, and we'll take a quick look at the art. A nice gold foil there. Nice shot of the game state. I really appreciate when they do this. A lot of times I can flip something over and almost decide right then if I feel like dealing with it or not. This is a very nice, clean game state. I look forward to playing this. I've seen it played on videos, of course, but I have not played it myself. So interesting also. As a design decision, they decided to make these look like books, which is very neat, very storytelling. And even the expansions all kind of look like books. Of course, these will all be inserted into here with the various devices that I've created over the past couple of weeks. But anyway, let's go ahead and look inside this box and see what we got to see. Here we go. Alright, so I'm going to set this aside for... Alright, so we've got Explore Our Other Games, a little advertisement from Bad Comet. And we'll check that out later. We've got some tokens. I'm thinking a lot of these are replaced in this upgraded components. So I'm not going to punch any of this out, but it looks pretty cool. You got the eggs and stuff. All right. Now these I'm pretty sure I will be using. Yes. Oh, very nice. The printing looks good. Punches out really nice. Cool. We'll set those over there so I can lose them. I'm just going to set these aside for now. I am going to offboard all of this stuff into the insert before I finish the video. So, all right, that's pretty cool. Little dashboard and the player board. I might wait and open this in just a second. We've got a rule book. Kind of looking to see what they set up for organization in here. Big bag full of Meeples. Let's take a quick look at the rule book. Just kind of look it over real quick. List of components. Always appreciate kind of identifying or being able to identify what things are. The type looks a little small. I guess that's not too bad. Got some examples, basic actions. There's a lot of cards in this game. Sort of building up your tableau with cards and resources and stuff like that. Into the game. So pages go about 20 pages on the rules. Then they start talking about the score. And then solo mode here, 22. And in the back we have, it looks like sort of an index. Yeah, well, I see what looks like page numbers and specific things, so that's cool. There's probably a lot of little rules and icons and stuff built into these cards that I'm sure will be easy to pick up. Let's hope. Here we have a lot of very colorful creatures. You know, I feel like I need to pull in a little closer. Okay, let's take a quick look at these wooden components here. Whoa, going everywhere. These are some pretty standard little wooden markers. I'm not sure if they're for time or whatever, but we got various different colors. Red, white, teal, yellow. Let's go ahead and pull those aside. We also have some discs. I assume they'll have, oh, it looks like they have some printing on them. Yes. Those are probably player specific as well, I'm guessing. Also looks like we have some little quills that go by player color. We also have a couple of bosses. There's actually one of these for probably all the different player colors. And they're all ready to ride. And by that I mean they have a magnet in there. And their mount also will have a magnet. Is that all? No. No. Well, wait, there's more. We got a couple of sets more. These two. And these two. Starts a little dark right there. Okay. And then their mounts. Oh, wait, there's another one. I missed one. Missed one dude. Sorry, man. And then their mounts. I bet their color, they match the color. Oh, yeah. So, so in this teal group of critters, some of them have like the little shell in the back, and this shell is kind of flat, the magnet. And I'm just guessing here on the pilot, but they just kind of sit. They just sort of sit down on their mount there, and then you can place them out on the board. Pretty cool. They are a really interesting little group of animals. There's the yellow and red. Showed you the blue already. Get you a better look anyway. White and blue. White looks like a little Chinese dragon of some sort. This almost looks like a snail. Cool stuff. So that's all the little wooden pieces. It came with this neat, oh, feels really nice. This nice little bag. This little Wondrous Creatures bag. So I might go ahead and just put them in there for now. I'm quite sure my inserts will be dealing with all of this stuff over here, this player color stuff. So I'm going to, since I did not go to the trouble to sort it when I was frantically putting it out, I'll just put them all in here for a second. The only little piece of wood that I missed was this timer icon, which is kind of cool. Alright, so let's see what else we got. Got some plastic bags here. We have some player boards, I bet. Yeah. Dual layer player boards. I think they go like this. Yeah. So you got your resources, and you'll use those little peg tokens, I imagine, to track these things. Very cool. And again, all the player colors. So this is like one big piece with little divots. These have kind of the incremental holes. It looks like some kind of character sheet was slid in there. And I noticed that the riders weren't color specific, so it looks like you can pick up different kinds of riders and it doesn't matter, they're not tied to a specific color, which is cool. So maybe you like being the red one, but you want a different tower now and then, so it's not all the same. Yeah, so here we got all the different little tabs. I imagine they just slot right in. Boop. Yep, and then you've got your player board set up asymmetrically. Very cool. And my guess is there's one of these for each of those riders that I just showed you. The artwork on it is very nice, though. Maybe we should look. Alright, we'll just take a quick look through here at all the different riders and their abilities and stuff. Not that you'll really be able to make out much, but you can see kind of the art on the ones that aren't very, very dark. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Yeah, I'm digging the artwork on it so far. It's pretty cool. Okay. Now we got cards. Oof. Got decks and decks and decks of cards. These look like the standard, poker card size cards. I could be wrong, but there are quite a few of them. Now look at them upside down here. Okay. I'm going to flip through this one pack. I'm not going to go through everything. Just because you get a sense. We got 3 whole decks here. And I don't know how to organize it yet because I haven't read the rule book yet. So I'm going to probably do that later. I'm going to go through this box, and I'm almost done. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it all in the insert. I might even sleeve these. Supposedly my insert will take sleeves, so I'm going to put all of this in insert. So I'll be back at the end of the video, and then we will go and see how all this stuff can fit together. But we're going to go through these cards, and then we're going to look and see what's in those little boxes. All right, I'm going to stick these back right here. Of course, we do have 2 more decks. This looks like they're slightly different cards. These look like more of the same sort of cards, so put those in there. And then let's take a look at these other. Alright, I guess the first thing we're going to check out is the upgraded components. Kind of see what that's all about. This was a Kickstarter, and I think there are some things that, I'm not sure if this is like one of those things that were free or you had to add it on. Maybe there are more riders or something exclusive in Kickstarter that you didn't get, but I'm not sure what that is. So here we have the medals, and you're going to get these by achieving things in the game. So it's like one of the rewards that you count up your points with. And we got some nice metal ones. Very money-like. Feels good. I like these. These are real nice. Then in this bag, we've got wooden versions of the various punch-outs that we saw earlier, from nets and different kinds of eggs. Pretty decent thickness on these. Nice little wooden components. Feels good. We got a lot of various different little pieces, and they're going everywhere. They're nice. They seem to be of good quality, nicely printed. And yeah, that's a quick look at that. And that is all. There's nothing that you need in this particular box. This is definitely a splurge, but it's nice. In case you're curious what you're going to get, it's this. Okay. This is the Gargantuan Beasts expansion. And we have another set of cards. Looks like we have another rider or two or three. There's a bunch of riders there. Oh yeah. So we've got a little rule book to explain probably the difference in the cards and things like that, right? We've got a brand new set of riders and some little devil faces. I'm not sure what those are for. Sure, there's some tokens that go with the riders. Here's another look at the artwork for them. All right. Pretty cool. All right, and a quick look at the cards that you get in this particular set. Really like the artwork. The graphics seem really clear on it too. I have no idea what any of this means, of course. Here's that same little wooden thing, that same symbol I saw before. Alright, Gargantuan beasts. And the very last expansion before we do the insert is the crew set. So let's see what we got here. Oh, looks like we have some more animals to ride on. The crew set. Got a little bit of a introduction here. Okay. Very small stack of cards. We'll look at those. How are they oriented this way, I think? Oh, there's that quill. Okay. So we got new properties for these new creatures that can be your compatriots, your allies, your buds, your bros, your pals. Okay. Let's get a closer look at them. The Escargot clan, the snails, the pink weasels, or perhaps a dragon, a pretty furry dragon with a fruit tail, the white sloths. These are fantasy animals, okay? Very clearly a red dragon in this one. And some whales. And if it wasn't clear, these also have the one that will have the magnet just like the other ones. So they can be rid. Okay, and here's a look at the player mat. It is double-sided. It looks like it's probably due to player count. Is probably how it changes sides, but here's a look at the other side as well. It's got a nice matte finish to it. It's like it's well constructed. Don't see any big problems with it. No smears. It's very clear. Nice matte. I don't know if this has neoprene or not. But, yeah. Pretty cool. And now I'm going to take this whole thing and I'm going to organize it. I'm going to figure out how this insert works. And then we'll take a look at that. Here we go. Okay, folks, I'm back. And as you can see, it's been a little while. So I printed out an insert to put all of this stuff inside. And we're going to take a quick look at that. It didn't come out exactly the way I wanted. I was able to incorporate all of this, of course, into the box. And it does store vertically, although we'll see how well. There's quite a bit more lid lift than I would generally like. It's about a finger width, almost. I've got a big finger of lid lift here. So I really like for the box to stay flat, not only because it fits a little bit better in with the other games and stuff that I have on my shelf, but it also, when the lid comes off, somehow it could start to drift, and the further up it drifts, the more things move around inside. And this is one of those games with a lot of different components and stuff. Most of it seems to be stored pretty well. Aside from this lid lift here, I don't really have a problem with the insert, but I might Might go find another one. The designer of the insert is right here. And I found it on Maker World. Let's take a quick look inside here. So we've got the rulebook. We've got the extra components here. This is, it turns out this is for 4 players. It kind of is an overlay over the rules. I've actually had a chance to play this also while I'm pulling this out. And I think these are actually supposed to be like this. Yeah, so those are supposed to be stored like that. Would that help a little bit? Let's see. Let's see. So you can see this comes out just a little bit over, and then you add a rule book on top of that, and there's your lid lift, is these 2 things. So it doesn't quite fit everything in there, but that's all right. Somewhat. You can see how these kind of fit. It's not bad. It's just not perfect. But what is, right? There's a couple other little issues. You can see some of the storage areas are sort of seem to be migrating around. Some of the items in here are kind of migrating around. We've got the player boards right here. This is just a spacer to kind of help it. It's kind of hard to see because everything's black, but it's just a spacer. Bring it light down. There we go. Up here, this space, so this space is for the awards. I've got the upgraded components, so I got the metal awards. Cardboard might not shift as much. Maybe it'd be lighter. I think it's a little harder to keep the metal things in check. And we got, of course, these wood tokens here. These fit in these little trays. I'm trying to pull everything out in a way where it's easy to remember how it went in there. We got this little tray here. This is for the upgraded components, like for the time tracker. Then here, this is a tray this is basically just a spacer, but it's a place to put the little bag. You don't put anything in the bag. Of course, you could put the 5 eggs of each type in there to get it started. But I find it's just as easy just to store the bag and sort that out as you go. I have sleeved all my cards. I use Dragon Shield sleeves for most of them, I think. I had some other sleeves that I used for the ones that are double-sided and stuff. And then Dragon Shield for all of the cards with a back that wasn't as important to read. Because the Dragon Shield has like some matting, some matte coloring on one side. So we've got 2 of these. Well, let me start with this. So here's the Automa deck. And the cards just kind of barely fit in there. But it also is a lid for these little Automa tokens. Put that aside here. And we've got these 2 card decks. I don't think I have them separated perfectly. I kind of just took all of one card type. This is from one of the expansions. And they do seem to fit. There's lots of slots. There seems to be more than what you really need, actually, in terms of that. So, yeah, so I've got some of the expansion content in here. I haven't played any of the expansions, and so it might make sense to separate them fully, but it seemed like I have another whole area in this one. And this side's a little bit fuller. We've got like a couple of separate slot for the player aids, and then the different types of achievements that you put in there. So we've got the blue ones, the brown ones, and what was the other color? It's brown, blue, and I think it was like a orange or something, right? Yeah, this kind of yellow. All right, yeah. So got space for the achievements and your player aids, which I appreciate. We've got a little separate tray for each of the player colors, which is really nice. I'm not sure why on this one particular one they chose to add like a separate color around the top, but that's a nice detail. And then we've got the other set of player colors, and of course, all of the little wooden tokens seem to be staying in there just fine. We've got this, and this is a tray for all the different crew members, or rides, mounts, as you will. They even have, and I didn't get the Kickstarter one, of course, so they have a space for that extra Kickstarter one. Of course, I don't have it, so it's not in there. And because I don't have it, I chose to put this little time tracker just right in here. Let's put this back. Now, on this side here, I'm using these rule books to kind of help maintain all of this stuff. So these are the two little rule books for the expansions. And we have all the different captains that you can be. This is a neat tray. I like this one. Here's all the little captain cards. Now these cards will be put... It's upside down. These cards, you know, once you pick your captain, they just kind of fit into here like that, right? So you've got a big selection. It holds all the expansion ones too. And underneath, you got another little tray. And this goes out to doyle out your power symbols and your nets. I love how this just fits right into here, and then all of these cards become the lid. And so far, it's done a really good job of keeping things in check inside of here. Next, we have the eggs. The eggs! And we got a nice little sorting tray for all the different types of eggs. Up here, we have a couple of things, and this was kind of another little janky thing. We've got this thing, which is kind of a spacer. Oh gosh. And also this little thing, which holds those little hex tiles that you can add along the in the game. So when I first saw this, I was like, oh, I bet these fit together. Then that fits perfectly in the end of this. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. But you can wedge it up in there, especially if you've got the cards where they'll angle up a little bit. So this is kind of an interesting thing. It ends up being a card tray. I've separated the expansion because I haven't played with it yet, so I'm not sure. I need to read the rule book for it. So this is a little tray, which is very handy for this game. It's got a lot of cards. You can see how it has this little lip. And that is so when you put it down on the player board, it'll kind of have a slight angle back. It'll lean slightly backwards. But it does a good job of holding these things and keeping them in good shape. It's a little hard to see. Yeah, there we go. So you can kind of see, like if it was laying flat, it'd look like that. And then that little extra lip just kind of helps push those back. It also sort of manages to keep the cards a little bit in check. But as you can see, I saw there's all this space. And I just assumed that these would fit, but they do not fit in here like that. So what I'm doing with it is I'm just putting this tray in here. And then I'm sort of putting this on top. Like so. It's kind of interesting, like what if it works the way it looked like they had it actually up on the edge, so it'd kind of just sit on the edge like that. Then you lead all the cards into it. Maybe this kind of completes that. Yeah. So you can kind of just work it in like that, and then it stays. And that's it. That's the way the insert goes together. It's not, like I said, not a bad insert at all, but it could be better. I would definitely like to see something that really took advantage of the extra space you get with one of these and did not cause lid lift. Maybe not some weird situations like with this thing over here, which is annoying me right now. Just going to do it like that. These extra little components do make it a little bit better for playing, like for pulling this stuff out, getting it to the table, and having a slot for every little thing that you've got to pull out. A lot of these things, you know, of course, will just go back in the box. But some of them you can pull out and they'll used as a little handy tray to keep everything up. Now you can see these oddly shaped bins here are made specifically just to kind of manage these things and keep them in good order. And if you've got all your stuff in there just right, should be able to just add all your things. I think this thing is getting in my way again. I'm not too sure about this part. This is probably the most janky thing. In fact, I might just leave it out. Why not? It's bugging me. You're vexing me. So you're out. Let me put it back here. I'm hoping to do a review of Wondrous Creatures sometime in the near future. It is, we got to give the insert the ultimate test. I don't anticipate great things from this test. We'll see. Let's just see. I do like to give them a good thrashing. Not bad. Not bad. Just looking at these things, they're not out of, not going all out of sorts after all that torment. So it's probably okay. Oh, these guys look okay. How about those eggs? I'm thinking that's going to be fine. These things are fine. Yeah, we're good. So, freshly packed at least. It's going to do you all right. I believe what I'm going to do with this little component, which is giving me a hard time every time I go to pack it, is I'm just going to add a rubber band right here. And now they won't come out at all. No matter how much they want to. And with that, maybe I will try this again, since I've got this thing here to keep it from falling all apart on me. See, this part is so kludgy. Like it was so good right up until we got here. Okay. I had Owen over last night. We had a nice session with this. Owen and a buddy of ours sat and played this. 3-player, had a really great time. And I would love to play this for you. If you're interested in a playthrough, be sure to let me know. I know there's been a lot already, so maybe that's not the thing to do. But we're definitely going to at least review it sometime in the near future. I'd like to play it a couple more times. Mostly because I lose every single time. I'm not sure what it is. I don't seem to be able to generate points the way other people are. That's so true for just about every game I play. If you like this video, videos like this, be sure to click like and subscribe because I'd love to see you again. Until next time, enjoy your games, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.